Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Oluchi Imo, and on this channel I talk about your cake business. I share tips on entrepreneurship, personal development, I do story time and vlogs as well, and you are most welcome. Let me use this opportunity to wish you a happy and a blessed new year. It's just amazing and I'm grateful to God to be alive, and I'm happy that you're here. You can watch me, you can hear me, you're listening to me. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, because our channel is growing. Yes, it's our channel, it's growing, and I am really excited for the progress and the growth. If you are a new subscriber here, thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, I'll be sharing tips on how you can start a new business. Yes, I know that you love doing cakes. I know that you wish you could start your own cake business. I know that most of you most likely are already having plans to start your cake business, but there is something that is holding you back, and it might just be you don't know how to just start. You don't have the motivation to start. You don't have the knowledge you need to start. Like, what are the things you need to know? Where do you start from? What do you do? What tools do you need to get? How do you just become a baker? All these things and a little more are the things that I'm going to be addressing in this video. So if you're interested, you definitely want to keep on watching and you want to stick around. You're welcome back. I'll be taking you through some series of questions that would help you give some clarity and help you with understanding and knowing how to start a cake business in 2021. The first question I'll be starting with is why. Why do you want to start a cake business? Amongst all the many other businesses you can do, why do you want to start a cake business? Why is it cakes? Does it have anything to do with your passion? Does it have anything to do with your earning? Maybe another source of income? You want to have another source of income aside what you're doing currently? So for me, I had the passion for it before even starting my cake classes or the cake training that I went for. And I really wasn't planning to start as at the time that I started, but the opportunity came for me to learn, and I went to learn. So I was passionate about it, and then I wanted time for my kids. I wanted to be able to be there for them when they return from school. Yes, it might even be as basic or as simple as it sounds. I wanted to be there for them when they return from school and be able to see them, welcome them. I just wanted to be there for them, to have time for them while they were growing up, while they were still young and growing up. So these were some of the things that informed my decision. I love to play with colors. I love things that have to do with creativity. So what is your why? And I wanted to be able to inspire people. Yes, through cakes you can inspire people. So I wanted to be an example. I wanted to inspire people. I wanted to motivate people. I just wanted to do things. I just wanted to go out and just make things happen. I love cakes and I'm passionate about it. I have the skill, I have the talent for it. And so I went for cakes. Now you have to mind this. Now you have to put this into consideration. What is your why? Because I tell you that making cakes and running a cake business demands a lot of work. It requires a lot. It requires your time, it requires resources, it requires patience, it requires skill, it even requires things that don't belong to you, such as support from family members, support from friends. Although you can do this without it, but the journey is a little easier if you have support from your internal environment. So why do you want to do a cake business? You need to think about this. Now the next question I'll be talking about will be what? So what kind of cake business do you want to run? Do you want to do it part-time? Do you want to go into it full-time? Do you want to do it as a hobby, or do you want to pursue it as a career? Yes, you can pursue cake business or running a cake business or building a cake business as a career. So do you want to do it as a full-time career? Do you want to do it as your full-time job? Also, what kind of cake business do you want to run? Do you want to do pre-ordered cakes only, or do you want them to you want to give people the option of ordering or buying cakes off the shelf? Like if they need cakes at the snap of a fingertip, they can get it. What kind of cake business do you want to run? Would you like to do cakes only, or would you like to do a cake business alongside? Would you like to run complementary business alongside your cake business? Would you like to do cakes and then some other complementary products as well, such as maybe pastries, chicken pies, meat pies, sausage rolls, bread rolls? What do you want to do? I understand that you might not know this from the beginning, but from my wealth of experience, I want to share with you so that it will help you, it will help serve as a guide, and it will give you clarity, to give you clarity and a sense of direction as you go onward in this journey. So you have to determine and know the kind of cake business you want. It might even be something as simple as knowing the kind of products that you want to offer, yes, and then knowing the flavors as well that you want to offer. So what kind of cakes do you want to offer? I know a baker here in Nigeria who doesn't do red velvet cakes. I knew her way back then, and she has a reason. I think she mentioned, when I had the discussion with her, she mentioned about wanting to just do cakes that are made organically, something like that, and not wanting food that would need you to add additives or something like that. I think something along these lines. I do not want to misquote her, but I know that she doesn't make red velvet cakes, and she told me this like 4 or 5 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, and up till date I know she doesn't. So it could be as simple as that. What kind of business do you want to run? Do you want to run maybe just a 4 flavor kind of business, or 5 flavors? Now I would advise you, it's good if you want to do a lot of things. You want to serve banana, blueberry muffin, you want to do strawberry muffin, you want to do strawberry vanilla muffin, you want to do vanilla, so you want to have all sorts on your menu. But you are going to stress yourself out if you begin like that, and you're going to stretch yourself too thin at the end of the day. So you just want to keep it simple, you just want to keep it nice, you want to keep it concise, and you want to be focused that these are the things that I'm offering and these are the things that I'm not offering presently, or maybe yet, or I'm looking to have them in the future. So have a defined sense of direction when it comes to your flavors. Know that these are the things that I'm offering, these are the things that are available, and these are the things that are not available. Also, when it comes to what you want to know, the question, or you want to answer this question, what tools do I need to get started? So like, what tools do I need to get started? What are the basic tools that I need? You don't need everything. You don't need to get everything before you start doing your cake business. So I know that many of us want to start, but this is the main reason why you've not started. You're waiting for the time when you will be able to get everything that you need. You need a mixer, you need a fridge, you need a turntable, you need an oven, you need everything that you can think of when it comes to cake baking. Please know the basic tools that you need and then go for those items. So the basic tools that you'll be needing is not something that I can fully exhaust in this video. Maybe I'll have to do a separate video for it. I intend to do a separate video for it. But you need to think the basic things that you need would include your mixer, would include your oven, would include your turntable, it would include your spatulas, it would include your disposable piping bags, to include your nozzles, it would include your trimming knife, which is not so important at the beginning, if I may say. Yes, if you get the right set of pans, you might not need a trimming knife for your cakes, but it's important that along the line, or as you grow, you learn how to use it. Or if you can learn how to use it as a beginner, all well and good, get yourself a trimming knife. But there are some basic things that you need to get, some basic tools, some basic items that would enable you start your cake business. When I started mine, I did not just sit and say, oh, one day I'm going to go to the market to shop for all the things that I need for my baking. I'm going to buy the oven, I'm going to buy a fridge, I'm going to buy this and that and this and that all at the same time. No, I started buying them one by one. And if you've not watched my video about how I started my cake business, I'm going to link it up here so you can watch and know how I started my cake business. I started without having anything that was related to baking. I did not have an oven, I did not have a mixer. I started with a pot, some sand, a stove, this kind of stove that you see right here, and then a wooden spoon. That was how I started practicing, and that was how I started my cake business. So you might want to watch the video and also learn and be inspired from my story, that you do not need to have everything and that you can just start with a little that you have. I would also in that video, I think, make some substitutes or let you know some substitutes that you can use to start up your cake business. So please quit waiting, because time waits for no one. You're waiting to get all those things, but time is not waiting for you. Time would keep going. So the earlier you started your business, the better for you. The next question is who? Who are the people that I want to serve? And please, everybody is not a realistic answer at all. You cannot say you want to serve everybody. You cannot say you want to sell cakes. Say everybody. For one, I don't sell cakes to everybody. Okay, not everybody falls in the category of people that I want to serve, and so I am at rest turning down orders that don't fit into my goal, or don't fit into the vision of what I have, or don't fit into the kind of cakes that I offer, or the kind of products that I offer. So I don't do everything. Okay, there's a certain amount or range of cakes that I don't do. There's a certain height I don't do. Yes, these things are very important to me. So you want to know the people that you want to serve. Are they people that like very, very small cakes? Are there people that like very, very high, like premium cakes? Who are the people you want to serve? What is their salary range? Like, where do they live? What's their lifestyle? What's their habits? What's their spending pattern? Who are they? Are they the rich in the society? Are they the wealthy? Are they those that cannot afford? I don't just put a definition. Put a definition to the kind of people you want to serve. Now, when you have put a definition to the kind of people you want to serve, the people you want to serve, the next question will be where. So where do I find these people? The people that are going to be in my market or going to be in the category of people, or the people that are going to be in the category of people that I want to sell to. So where can I find them? You need to think about these things. Online and offline, where can I find these people? How do I interact with them? How do I get in their faces? How do I make my brand visible to them? How do I get them to know me? How do I get them to know my products? How do I get them to even taste my products? You need to know where you can find them. One of the things I did was a cake tasting. So where can I find those people? I organized a cake tasting. I knew the kind of people that I wanted. I had a picture of the kind of people that I wanted to sell to. So I invited a few of them for a cake tasting. This was some years back. That was in 2016 or 2017. I think 2017. Yes, I did that so that I could reach the people that needed my cakes. Now, it's an important question that you need to answer. Where? Now, when you've answered this question, we're going to move on to the next question. And the next question is how. So this is very significant because most of you, you're ready to start. Like, the passion is so much. The passion is there. I want to start. Some of you even have the funds. Your husband is telling you, oh, I want to sponsor your business. I would like to get you some cake items. I would like to just give you some funds or some money to start this business. And you don't know where to start. You just don't even have a clue. You don't have an idea of how to start. You need to start by first going for some training. I would not advise you. I have nothing against YouTube. This is the platform where I'm on. This is the platform where people are making their coins from. So I have no problem with YouTube. But it will save you a lot of time. It will save you a lot of stress. It will save you a lot of energy, to save you resources, to save you a lot of time, energy, resources, if you just go to a professional to get trained. So you need that knowledge. You go to a professional, get the good knowledge of baking the right cakes, what you need to know, and how you need to bake to get your cakes coming out nice and good. Do not go to someone who doesn't know or who is not well grounded in this yet. Ensure that you sign up with a professional. If you're doing YouTube, it's going to take you a lot of time testing, trying this, doing trial and error and everything. And then at the end of the day, you will definitely get your results. You might get your results after you tweak this and that, do this and that, try this and that, but it will save you time if you just invest your money in getting trained by a professional and getting the right recipes for you to start with. So a good way to start is by having the right foundation, and having the right foundation by getting properly trained by a professional. So go for training, get the right recipes. Another thing is, how do I get my goods in front of people? How do I start selling my cakes? You just start. You just start by starting. Okay, don't say I don't know how to run a business. One of the things I said when I was training, or when I was learning, the first class ever that I had, I told my teacher that I don't know how to do business, so I don't know how to sell. I was like, just start telling people, tell people that you can sell. And that's one thing I'll be telling you, or I'm telling you today. So just start telling people. Offline, start telling people. Send messages to your friends, send messages to people that you know around you, your neighbors, in your children's school, all around. Just keep telling people. That's for offline. You can even send some samples to people. Have cake tasters, or cake testers, they call them. You send a sample to people. Was one of the things I did. I sent my samples out after practicing those days. I would send my samples out. I give to people after trying my hands on one or two things. I would share, send to my mother-in-law, send to my neighbors, send to a few people, and that was how I started. So you want to give to people. You cannot cut down or throw away the power of freebies at this time. It's not something that I would advise that you sustain for a very long time, but you need to give to people, because for them to know how your cake tastes, or for them to have an experience, they need to know how your cake tastes. So you want to give samples to them so that they can eat and that they can have a taste of what your cake is like. So you need to give freebies and then tell people. And then offline, you need to have a social media presence. Okay, you need to find a social media presence where you can, post your cake pictures, where you can post even the freebies, your practicals, something to just get you started. So you need to have an online presence. It could be Instagram, it could be Twitter, it could be WhatsApp, it could be Snapchat, it could be TikTok, anywhere. Just keep putting out those things you do, your practicals, your whatever, the pictures from your training, even that's where you start from. Your training, the pictures from your cake class, you put them online. Or if you're doing some YouTube or your self-taught, you put up those cake pictures on your social media pages to create that awareness that, that I'm here. So it starts with creating awareness that you are here. Two more questions under how will be, how do I go about my cake pricing? Like, so you don't have an idea, even till tomorrow, it's still the hottest topic amongst bakers, one of the hottest topics amongst bakers. How do I go about my pricing? How I started mine was that I got a price list from my teacher, and that was how I started. But over time, I've had to go get knowledge of how to price my cakes right, and then do it right. I learned from, I don't know how I started, the first one I started with, but the one I did recently, I learned from one of my mentees who taught us about how to price cakes. And so you need to know how to price your cakes so that you're not losing out or think you're building a business, or you're making a profit, you're making sales, and at the end of the day you have nothing to show for it. So ensure that you get a right knowledge of how to price your cakes. Understand how much it costs to get per unit of each of the ingredients you're using. You also have to factor your overheads. You have to factor your rent. You have to factor some costs. You need to factor your wages per hour. You also need to factor your profit margin, your markup. These are some of the things that you need to put together to enable you know how much, and you need to do it for each cake. You need to do that for each cake. So please ensure that you get your pricing right. And then the next thing will be, how do I keep going? How do I keep posting when no one is responding? See, at the beginning, it's just like this. Nobody knows you. Literally, nobody knows you. I mean, nobody outside knows you apart from your family or your friends, those in the society or those around, or those in the bigger markets, if I put it, those in the outside in the world, or those people that you're expecting to buy from you, they don't know you. They don't even myself as I am now, I can't reach everybody. So that's why you have to keep putting out the word, and that's how you have to keep going. Even if no one responds, if you start posting things on your social media page and no one is responding, you have to keep going. You have to learn how to be consistent. You have to keep just pushing yourself, motivating yourself, doing your best to add value to people, to show them that, oh, this is what I've got, this is what I can do, this is how beautiful my cakes look, this is how beautiful my cakes taste, so that people would one day finally come around. If they're not responding and you feel, or you say, oh, they're not responding, nobody's even liking my cake pictures on Instagram, nobody's even asking me how much I sell my cakes, or nobody's even making inquiries, and then you stop, the story just ends there. So you have to just be there, keep pushing, keep going, keep posting until they finally come around. I tell you, they definitely will. So one day you're going to get that call that you've always been looking for, or you're going to get that DM, or you're going to get that WhatsApp message, or you're going to get that inquiry. So just keep doing your best, show up, keep showing up, keep creating that awareness, and then keep going. So this is just an overview of how to start your cake business in 2021. Of course, there is more to this, but I believe that these basic questions, if you can get a notebook, or if you can get your notepad or your laptop, anything, write down these things, answer these questions. It will help to give you some clarity in starting your cake business. So please, if you found this video helpful, if you found this video insightful, please consider subscribing to my channel by hitting the subscribe button, turning on notifications, giving this video a thumbs up, and then sharing with your friends. Until I see you in the next video, stay happy, stay blessed, and be kind.